Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend. First weekend in August. It is August 4th. Monday. Here we are. I guess August started last Friday. And last Friday was green for me, which I was quite pleased with. Today is a red day. Small red day. Quite the liquidity build. We had that gap down on Friday. A lot of liquidity on that day, but just a bigger range. Today we had a gap up, and now we have a gap between us to the bottom and the top. It didn't quite fill the upside gap. So, and we're just sandwiched between 5-day and 20-day. This is Eric's chart at SPY Day Trading on YouTube. Link for his Discord's in the description. So yeah, a lot of liquidity here, a lot here, and 5 and 20. So, got a big wedge here, which looks like we'll come to a conclusion at the end of this month, but we might break out of there before then. We'll see. On the 1 minute is what I trade. We're doing our small account challenge. I look at the 1 minute 30, and that's pretty much mostly what I look at when I'm day trading. Sometimes daily, but I actually missed this morning, so I missed all this. Just fine. There really wasn't a whole lot of structure to jump in on any of these. I came in, it was like here. So just for all this boringness, let's review these trades. So since the account's grown last week, I think we basically doubled the account. Let's see, yeah, probably about doubled. So now I can take a lot more trades, which I'm not necessarily trying to, but it just kind of eases my mind a little bit. If I stick with a small size, at least in the IVS low, I can take more trades. Let's see, Friday, since the IV was high, I couldn't take that many. But it's just nice to know, if I get in on a false break, I can stop out and always get back in. But if I only have a couple trades, it's like, well, I can't do that very often. Here's a little recap. There's the account. So down $10 today. No big deal. I was red pretty much all day, and then I had one trade again that brought it all the way back up to like down $4, and then actually my last trade I would have been up. I saw it when it was up a bit, and I could have closed one and been a little bit green, but it doesn't really matter to me, I guess, that bit. Trying to build confidence, but it did end up actually making a 100% move. That was my last trade there. So anyways, first trade, 12.11. Inside my window, I don't like to trade, or at least that's what Copilot tells me my worst time, and I think it's right. 11:45 to like 1:15. Just low volume. False breaks takes more time for structures to build, so you're just getting chopped around. But I mean, today it was pretty severe chop. 12.11, I got a call. If I can remember the theory behind it. Okay, yeah. So my lines were a little different then. So built all this. I didn't take it on this break. I wasn't too confident in this white one yet. I wasn't looking at Eric or Emperor's charts, just for my own clarity. But yeah, I could have gotten calls in the break here. I was kind of saying, well, since it is just building liquidity, I'll wait for it to break and then retest. So then it's like, well, I was going to retest this, the high day area. I was going to retest this channel it broke out of. The questions I was asking myself, and meanwhile, it's just grinding up here, not doing any sort of structure or retesting really. And then I put that line back in, same one here, and yeah, it just kept doing this, and I started arguing with my co-pilot and got distracted, and it's not a great setup, but it broke it and then turned it into support. So it's not a very easy entry again, because if you take it on the break, you're not doing too good. If you take it on the retest, like, you've got a lot to endure, and this could just kind of keep grinding down. So kind of tricky to catch that one. So I didn't catch that one, but I did try and get in at 12.11. So after it broke out, this was kind of me trying to get a retest. Yeah, so my channels then were a little bit different. I had a different one that wasn't quite as steep here. And so this broke it, little inverse head and shoulder, and this could have been the retest. So I got it there and closed out at 12.12. Next minute for $4 loss. Quick. 1:15, I was into another call. This was a little bigger loss, actually. So yeah, again, I missed this. I was arguing with my AI. Not arguing, correcting. 115. Not okay. So this was a break, and this was the retest. Again, those lines aren't there anymore because now I've got this tapering, which it's nice to show up late because it's like I can go back and look, just see everything that's been taken care of, and I can chart it. But it's also not nice because sometimes I'll miss stuff, and like this tapering channel right here, I'm able to have that set up earlier. Sorry, hold on one sec. Sorry about that. Little guy came in. So yeah, this tapering was definitely clear resistance, and again, I did have different lines here, but they're not there anymore. So yeah, another little stop. This was, I guess this was in my window, 115 to 141. So 30, yeah, middle of the day, man. I was trying to get high. I'm trying to make sure my delta's high enough and my premiums are high enough. Because that's where I have higher success if it's above 30 cents. Those are 37 cents down to 21. I held that thing forever. Wait, what in the world? 115 to 141? Oh, this is the next trade. Yeah. No, yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah, this one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Wait, 140. Wow. Wow. So yeah, this is the recency effect. This is the problem. So if you put this here, look what happens. Broke the resistance on that candle, which looked pretty good, and then it's retesting the support. So that's why I held this one for so long, because same thing happened here. I'm like, all right, well, it's breaking it, and then it's going to retest it, and I wasn't sure how long I'm going to want to ride this thing down, but yeah, that's why I wrote it until it actually broke there. I was like, all right, I'm out of this. So that's part of the problem without structure. We have no inverse head or anything to grab the shoulder, and that's also just kind of inherent in the middle of the day when there's low volume. It takes more time to build that structure and liquidity. So yeah, that's why I held that one that long. That's too bad. I mean, it wasn't a huge percentage wise. It did end up actually becoming pretty big on that candle. Too bad. Yeah, if I just waited until like best trades, I just have to just cut out more of the bad trades. Just wait for the obvious stuff. I don't know if it was lack of patience or yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. 205. Got a call, sold it at 208. So that was, yeah, on this break. It was a false break. Nothing I can do about that. Just the area. Closed it on that red candle there. Not too big of a loss. $5 on that one. You see, these are all red trades. 232 to 241. Look at that after hours. So this is another break of white, inverse head and shoulder. This was nice big inverse head, and this was a proper retest of this gray. Finally did it, and kind of that previous liquidity back here. So let's see. What did I say? 240. 232. Okay, yeah. So break of this white, and then I have the precision algo, the steeper buying right here, and that kind of guides me. And did I stick with it? No, I didn't. Either 241. No, I waited so long. Yeah, this is kind of annoying too. I should just. So when I entered it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna cut it if it breaks this. This is the only kind of buying I want, and this will coincide with probably increased volume, which we didn't really get. If this is actually the move, and again, same type of deal. I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna retest here. So that's why I held it all the way, and that's just, yeah, should have stuck with the original. I didn't have more channels today. Like I drew a couple ones, but yeah. So anyways, it did end up coming down and retesting it, just like, you know, I had drawn and imagined, but I didn't want to hold through all of that because you don't know if it's going to do that, and then the bears will take over and just dump it and trigger all the stops. So another red trade, 58 cents to 52 cents. Another call, 312. So did all this grinding down here, and now I'm going for it again. Increased volume later in the day, and I mean it's been bull flagging all day, but never made nice structure. And then you do, I mean, this isn't great looking, but this is your head, here's your shoulder, little liquidity, and this is it grabbing it, and you're breaking the white. So got in here. I didn't, even though I was breaking it, it wasn't nice structure to me. This doesn't look great, so that's why I didn't scale up on that one or grab another contract. But this one went from 50 cents to 78 cents, and it actually went from 50 cents to 91. I was looking at my Webull chart that doesn't have my lines, and then I quick looked over here and realized, wait, that's right where my profit is. Right where this thing hit, I had an alarm, which it's disappeared now because it's already hit it, but it was like less than a penny away from my alarm somehow because it didn't trigger it, and 5-day was there, so I was going to hit it right there. Saw the contracts go there. I tried to limit order, and then it kind of did this, and I'm like, oh boy. Then it was 70 something cents, and then so then I was like, I'll just wait for it to break red or hit my profit target. So once it broke red, then I got out. So it was actually a little better exit because it did. I mean, yeah, it was like 90 cents, and then I actually ended up getting out like 78 cents on that one. So nice trade though, solid percentage, and that made up for all my red trades. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 red trades and then 1 green trade, and I was back to even. So just need to tighten it up, cut the red trades. Just, you know, yeah, it's like kind of having the mindset of only 1 trade today or 3 trades today or whatever, but at the same time, yeah, I don't want to pass up an opportunity because I'm thinking I can't trade after this. So I just need to sort that out. And then my last trade, which I just got, I didn't have enough gusto to hold this one. Is that the right word? Gusto? Gusto. 10-minute move here, breaking white. I wanted 5-day. I actually wanted the gap fill. The gap fill I think is right here. So it did it in extended hours, which doesn't count. Kind of weird. But yeah, this is the gap fill. So it broke the white, and I got I actually got 2 calls here. That was part of the problem because I had to get them out of the money. So these are 631s. The ones that were at the money are just in the money at the higher delta that I wanted. I couldn't afford one because I was out of buying power. So I just got 2 of the out of the money. 17 cents, right? Let's see, 349. Yeah, right here. And I don't like to buy them right before that 10-minute candle because sometimes it's, you know, awful. Did rip up. They were about 80% just on that wick right there. Maybe not quite, but I just couldn't close it in time. So I waited, and I was thinking, you know, it's still kind of in the area of breaking out of that channel. And then this one right here, this red wick got me out. Yes, I didn't wait for the candle to close. That was 351. I closed them both for a loss, 14 cents and 13 cents. Which is kind of a bummer, but not a huge deal. I mean, it was end of day. Wow. So this is that real? That's crazy. I guess because it ripped after hours. This is the contract. I filled at 14 cents. It's now worth 74 cents. So it did go kind of crazy, but I can't sell it this late. I think SPY can sell 15 minutes after close. I don't know if E-Trade allows it though. So what I did see it go up to was, what was it? I can't even remember now. I think it went to like 200%. So even though it's just kind of a silly move, kind of grindy, but it did go, I think, like 200% up here. Because I think it was like 40, 50. It was like 40 or 50 cents. Yeah. That's more than 200%. But that's not bad. I'm fine with it. Happy that it's a small red day, and buckle down for, wow, thanks for watching, guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. Peace out.